As I have been attending school at home on a daily basis, I constantly saw delivery trucks passing by my street through my window. I have even seen the same delivery truck at least 3 times a day. Have you noticed this in your neighborhood as well? All of these truck deliveries increase carbon emissions, and engines are left on as the delivery person goes to each doorstep, which worsens the problem. Today, about 28% of all carbon emissions are created by transportation. According to the 2020 World Economic Forum report, there are 5.3 million delivery vehicles worldwide at this moment. By the end of this decade in 2030, the number of delivery vehicles are expected to increase to about 7.2 million, which may increase CO2 emissions by 6 million tons. Consumer ordering behaviors will most likely increase the number of packages by another whopping 80%. Do you want to see how this reduces daily delivery trips down to 1 or even 0 trips in a day? We introduce you to our innovative solution, the Neighborhood Delivery Pooling System.
Our approach was to develop a customer NDP registry app to opt into delivery pooling, which merchants can access to set up appropriate shipping. This is our customer NDP registry app. It begins with the customer registering their email ID and password. We allow the customer to choose the days of the week that they prefer to pool their deliveries. Next, the customer will provide an address to associate with their preference. At this point, the customer will also agree to terms and conditions, which primarily shares the pooling preferences with merchant companies. Also, the customer will have an option to come back to the app to change their preferences, like discontinuing for short time periods if they wish to do so.
Here's our simulation on how a merchant would integrate NDP into their app to enable pooling. First, a customer will select the products they want to order in a merchant app like Amazon or Walmart. Then, they'll add the item to their cart and check out. When a customer proceeds to choose their shipping method, the merchant app will access the NDP registry to see the customer's pooling preference. In the case that a customer has opted into NDP, the merchant app will automatically pre-select the option of delivery pooling. The customer will get personally satisfied by seeing a pictorial representation of the number of truck trips they're reducing, and in turn, the CO2 emissions. Importantly, as more and more customers who've opted in for NDP in the area order and pool their packages on the same day as others in the neighborhood, they'll be shown that they're reducing the number of truck trips down to as little as 1 without costing them anything. Once the customer is done ordering, in their order summary, they'll be shown that they've chosen NDP as their shipping method. They'll also receive an online badge that they can share onto their social media to incentivize and motivate others. If a customer hasn't opted into NDP, whenever they choose rush shipping, they'll be shown a label which states that this shipping method does not reduce any truck trips or CO2 emissions. This will subtly nudge customers into signing up for NDP.
The primary benefits of NDP are the reduction of CO2 emissions and lowered cost. We performed a simulation of how Amazon delivers to our neighborhood using their warehouse nearby. Our nearest Amazon warehouse is located approximately 7 miles from our neighborhood, and it makes a 3-mile journey around all the homes. Based on our observations around the community, in a week, Amazon trucks come to the neighborhood 2 to 4 times per day. However, our NDP system is capable of reducing it to 3 times per week. In this simulation, we achieved a reduction of truck driving by around 306 miles. As a result, we are capable of reducing CO2 emissions by 50 to 70%. Throughout this whole experience, we've learned a lot, but we still have much more to do. We further plan to introduce NDP to consumers in our neighborhood and attempt to reach out to delivery companies. We received an opportunity to present our concept to a major retailer, and we got feedback from the Senior Director of Last Mile Deliveries and Transportation. And lastly, thank you so much to KATU and Construct Learns for giving us this amazing opportunity.